Breslin here until 2:30 and keeping you company with music and chat. Now, let's talk a little bit about the Donegal Summer School of Music because they're marking their 25th anniversary this year. And what they do is they provide top quality music tuition. And I know firsthand because our girls were there for a number of years and really enjoyed it and always wanted to go back and gained a lot from it. And it's a not-for-profit organisation, and they're dedicated to nurturing musicians of all ages and abilities. So they offer a very diverse programme that fosters a love of music and creativity. And it's on from July the 7th until the 11th in Letterkenny at Donegal College. Well, Breege Doherty is a committee member and a tutor, and Rita Demaria, originally from Bologna in Italy, is one of the tutors, and both now join me in the studio. Good afternoon to you both.
Good afternoon, John.
Hi.
And thank you so much for having us both here this afternoon and for such a wonderful introduction. You've basically said everything that I was planning to say.
And it's so easy to introduce something like this because it makes such perfect sense. And my experience of it is that the kids get so much joy, Breege, and I remember well the end of week performances and the whole buzz when you go in and hear children, warming up and practicing and getting ready, and then the performance and
definitely
parents as well coming out absolutely beaming.
Yes. And I think as I was driving here today up past Donegal College, which, where we're having it this year, and we've also had it there last year and sometime in the past as well, you would have been familiar when it was in Loreto. Yep. But as I was driving up past there today and seeing all the seats outside, it reminded me of last summer. And at break time, or especially at lunchtime, you would have the kids outside practicing on their instruments. And you're dead right. We all know the power of music and the power of creativity. And you have kids coming in on the Monday morning looking a little bit shy, and maybe some of them have never been in a secondary school before, because we take all ages, 6 to 8 is semi-breves, and then 8 to 18 the older age groups. But it's such a good chance for them to make new friends and to be in that lovely bubble of music for the week, trying out different things, making new friends. And last night when I was just looking through some stuff, you mentioned it's our 25th anniversary. It was set up in the 1990s and then revived in 2000. But our strapline since then has always been about making music and having fun. That thing of creating, collaborating, performing, getting the best out of each student. We have absolutely amazing tutors. Rita here been one of the newer tutors in the last few years.
Yeah. So tell us your story, Rita. Originally from Bologna, how has it come to be that you're a tutor at the Donegal School of Music, and your area of expertise is opera?
Opera singing, yes. They found me after I performed with my local choir here in Ireland. I moved to Ireland originally because I fell in love with an Irishman, Hi Babe, and I was already trained as an opera singer in Italy, and I've performed there. But I love teaching. I teach Italian and English and creative writing. And so I decided, hey, I know how to sing very loud. Let's put that to the test and teach other people how to sing very loud.
An Italian opera singer. What music school would be complete without one?
Absolutely.
I know it's a bit cliched, but there you have it. And Rita, to me, it just says how diverse this music school is when opera is among the offerings.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. We have different types of teachers teaching different types of skills. We have piano, percussions, saxophone, and choir, or even pop singing. So you don't necessarily need to become an opera singer if you come to the Donegal Summer School of Music. Every talent is encouraged and nurtured. For my part, I taught children mostly, and you can't really learn full opera singing until your vocal cords are fully realized, so at 18. So with the children, we just try to create love for opera, teach them how to use their vocal cords without getting strained or creating damage. And one of the things that I think are more important for teenagers and young students at large is to be heard. Because if you sing opera, you want to be heard and you will be heard. And when you are in such a delicate developmental moment as it's childhood or teenage years, you need to learn how to be heard and to be heard effectively. And that's something that I always try to teach my students.
And how it works, Breege, is that when you're applying, there's a number of different boxes. You can pick and choose what
we
you
have
want
got
to do.
about 25 choices and maybe about 5 or 6 key areas. So say, for instance, just continuing on from voice, if you wanted to do something in voice, you could either do solo voice, you could do contemporary choir if you don't want to do an individual, you could do musical theatre. In piano, there's several different options, from solo piano to piano duets. And then for people who've never maybe really played piano, we've started in the last few years piano with pictures. It's an introduction to piano. So we've really got, and then we've got the brass and the wind and the strings. We have got teenage kicks, Donegal pops, and it's very well explained in the booking form which ones you need to have a grade for and which ones you don't need any previous experience for.
Okay, so for some of the children, they'll have some experience. Others will be just starting out their journey.
That's correct, yeah. So we've really, like in piano, you could have somebody that maybe wants to do piano duets and they're a grade 6, so we would match them with somebody that's of a similar grade. But equally then, say if somebody is listening and they're thinking, I'm not sure, I haven't got a musical grade or an instrument, well then you could try samba. That is absolutely brilliant. Tom Duffy does the samba. You could do songwriting with Finbar. You could do art dance if you just want to have a chill out. So there's you could do contemporary choir, or there's a variety of, or piano with pictures. Ukulele, that is very popular in the last few years as well. So there's something for everybody.
And even if you are musical and you've focused on one instrument, this is a great opportunity to try different things. And also to take children out of their comfort zone, I suppose.
Completely.
In a very supportive environment.
Yes. And the tutors are absolutely brilliant at that. I am always amazed each year that when 5 classes, because if you're doing, say, songwriting, you start Monday, that's the introduction. By Friday, there's a piece that they perform. Yeah. It is really amazing that. We love it as committee members. Monday morning, everybody comes in, and then by maybe 10:15 when everybody goes to class, it's that lovely quiet in the corridors, but the sound from all the rooms, the music magic is happening.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So you'll be one of those helping to make the magic happen, Rita, and you'll be getting your students singing loudly, as you say, and they'll be participating in the end of the week performances as well.
Absolutely. For the younger ones, I want to give them a base onto which they can build, because this is the start of their musical journey. So I will teach them vocal technique, how to breathe, and how to tackle stage fright for the young ones. But also I will give them just a hint of what opera it can be. Like last year we watched together The Magic Flute and we analyzed it. We read the story. I've asked opinions and they told me, oh, that's a interesting story, but I'm more fascinated by the vocal range of the Queen of the Night when she reaches those extremely high notes. And that inspired them in a way that says, yes, one day I want to be like that. I want to be able to do something that looks so beyond my physical capabilities, but it's very clear that other people can do it. Why can't I do it too? Yeah. So they will sing. In their other classes, they will take what I teach them. And if this year there is any students around 16, 18 that want to join my class, I will teach them the base of opera and give them some arias to perform, which will be a great honor for me, because when I started learning opera, there was always the gap between what I know and the big singers that will watch at the theater or listen to in recordings, Maria Callas, Renata Tebaldi, all the big ones. Yeah. And you start there and say, oh no, I have no idea what I'm doing. And that's fine. That's how we learn. So I would love to help somebody find their voice.
Well, it's great because opera can be a little bit intimidating, so it's great at a young age to be able to introduce the children to it, and as you've explained there. Okay, Breege, someone's listening in and they're interested in applying, or they've got one or two at home who this might be a good fit for. Where should they go to? Or how
Okay, you can go on our website, Donegal, just Google Donegal Summer School of Music.com, www, and the booking form and everything is there. We have flyers as well, and you can book by QR code. Or the number is, we have a school phone number, that's 086 664 9954. That's all on our website as well. Okay. And the price is, again, I was looking over old stuff last night. Our price is 100, and we had an early bird price up until the 27th. It's now 165 for the full school. Half price then for semi-briefs is 75.
They're there for half days.
Yeah, they're there for the half days from 10 to 1. But I was looking at some from 2012. Our price was still 150 then. So we've really worked at keeping the price to make it as affordable as we can. We can only do that thanks to the funding that we get from, the fees don't cover all the costs. So we get funding from Donegal DFI, the Development Fund Initiative. We've been we got some funding from them this year. Councillors Development Fund. Donegal Music Education Partnership, they lend us the musical instruments and give us funding towards some bursaries for students who just wouldn't be able to afford it. And School Completion Programme and Errigal College also help. So a big thank you to all of those sponsors.
Brilliant.
You mentioned there about our 25th anniversary. So we're delighted that, we have a Facebook competition which is going live at about 3 o'clock today. We're offering 2 free places to students who have already booked or those that haven't booked. And in order to access that, you can, just go on our Facebook and you like, tag and share. So
simple as that.
As simple as that. Tag 3 people and share it. All the details are on Facebook. Another thing that we're planning for our 25th anniversary as well, but this will be later in the year, we're looking at having a concert for past and present students. So the details of that are in the ether yet.
You were saying earlier off air how some of your past students are now tutors.
That's right, yeah.
Great.
We have a number of...
Circles complete.
It is absolutely fabulous, yeah. And I mean, all our past committee members will try to bring them in during the week as well, because it's a big occasion to mark 25 years. Absolutely. Brilliant committee. I'd like, a big thanks to all the committee as well as the amazing tutors. We all do our day jobs, but we all make time for this as well.
And it does take time. So it's happening this year from the 7th to the 11th of July in Errigal College in Letterkenny. That's the Donegal Summer School of Music. And Rita and Breege, thank you both very much, and the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, John.